He wasn't weak, he was exhausted. Exhausted from trying to explain himself to people who had already made up their minds. Every day felt the same. Someone misunderstood his silence. Someone questioned his choices. Someone expected an explanation for decisions that never belonged to them. So he talked, he clarified, he justified. Not because he owed anyone answers, but because he believed that being understood meant being respected. He was wrong. The more he explained himself, the more invisible he became. His words lost value, his presence lost weight, and slowly, without realizing it, he began shrinking in rooms where he once stood tall. Explaining became a habit, then a reflex, then a weakness. He defended actions that needed no defense, apologized for boundaries, gave reasons to people who never offered respect in return. And every time he walked away, he felt tired, not physically, but mentally. Here's the part no one talks about. People who want to understand you never ask for long explanations. They watch, they observe, they pay attention to consistency, not excuses. And people who don't want to understand you will twist every word, no matter how clear you are. That's when the realization hit. Explaining doesn't create respect. Energy does. Presence does. Self-control does. One day, something changed. Not suddenly, not dramatically. He simply stopped. Stopped replying to unnecessary messages. Stopped defending himself in conversations that were never honest to begin with. Stopped correcting assumptions made by people who didn't care about the truth. No announcement, no warning. Just silence. At first it made people uncomfortable. They noticed the shift. The same people who ignored his explanations suddenly became curious about his silence. They asked questions. They assumed things. They felt uncertain. And that uncertainty changed the dynamic, because now he wasn't seeking approval. He wasn't available for disrespect. Silence gave him something explanations never did: control. He redirected his energy inward, into discipline, into routine, into actions that didn't need validation. He spoke less, moved slower, listened more. And without saying a word, his presence grew stronger. People started to notice, not his words, his consistency, not his intentions, his results. And something unexpected happened. The same people who once dismissed him became careful around him, because silence backed by discipline feels different. It doesn't beg, it doesn't chase, it doesn't convince, it waits. This is where most people get it wrong. Silence is not weakness, it's restraint. It's knowing you could speak, but choosing not to. It's knowing you could explain, but understanding you no longer need to. Calm isn't passive. Calm is controlled strength. At some point, it became clear. Explaining is often an attempt to control perception. Silence is an acceptance of reality, and reality rewards consistency, not commentary. You don't need to prove yourself to people who already decided who you are. Let them misunderstand. Clarity isn't your job. Alignment is. The moment he stopped explaining himself, he stopped leaking energy. The moment he stopped defending his choices, he stood fully inside them. He didn't become cold. He became solid. He didn't lose empathy. He lost the need for permission. Some people will never understand you. And that's not a problem, because those who matter never needed an explanation in the first place. The rest, they were never your audience. Final lines. Stop explaining. Start building. Silence isn't empty. It's loaded. And the day you stop explaining yourself is the day your presence starts speaking for you. If this story stayed with you, it's because part of you needed to hear it. This channel isn't here to entertain you. It's here to sharpen your mind. If you're done explaining yourself to the world and ready to build quietly, subscribe to AlphaMind Studio. More stories are coming. Stories about discipline, silence, and becoming unshakable. Subscribe and walk the harder path with us.